Hey guys, Ken Pooch Van Druten here with you. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I'm having a lot of fun making them. So today I thought we would talk a little bit about the vocal channel and talk about some of the inserts that I use for the vocal channel, along with maybe a little bit of discussion about harmonic distortion, because harmonic distortion, when it's used properly, is really an amazing tool. But first, let's talk about vocals and the vocal chain. This is one of many different vocal chains. I don't really have a set in stone vocal chain. I have a couple of plugins that I use pretty regularly for vocal, and you'll see them here. One of them is the primary source expander, and the other one is the Shep's Omnichannel. Both of those plugins I use pretty exclusively on vocal. But other than that, I may use some other plugins. So don't think that this is only my chain for vocal. This happens to be the chain that I'm using for this artist. Once again, we're listening to Tina Carroll. Awesome vocal. I know that a lot of artists are not happy about having their vocal soloed up. But she's so amazing. I don't think she'll be embarrassed by it. It's pretty awesome. So let's go have a look at it, and we'll talk about it different things. Here's the LV1 again, the Waves mixer. We're going to listen to this vocal right now, and it's the vocal soloed with effects, but without any of my inserts, okay? So it's almost like it's coming straight from the microphone, straight to you, without any sort of processing that that I do normally on stuff. So let's have a listen to that. Now, specifically, I found a spot in the recording where she's not singing, and I want you to listen to that because I want you to listen to the volume of the stage and all the other instruments that are coming into her vocal. Now remember that this is just her vocal soloed, and we'll talk about how we can kind of combat that here in a minute. But here's her vocal, her channel soloed without any sort of inserts on it.
Nie wierniota.
Wow, she's an amazing vocalist. Anyway, so that's it. Did you hear all the stage volume? Lots of stage volume going on there. And that, think about it. Your vocal is the hottest thing in your mix. So having all of that clutter in your mix when the vocalist isn't singing really destroys a mix. So how do we get rid of it? Waves made a plugin. They modeled the plugin. It's actually modeled after a Neve unit, or it's similar to a Neve unit called the 5045, which some people use, but this plugin works very well. So I want to show you just that plugin and how it works and what it does. I'm going to play you the same excerpt with me kind of inserting the plugin and taking the plugin out, and we'll see what it does. Check it out. Here it is. Let's plug in out. Here's plugin in. And out. That's in. And here it is out. And that's in. So you guys hear what it does? You guys hear what it does? It like totally unclutters your mix whenever the vocalist is not saying anything. It's basically a vocal gate. It's centered on the threshold of it are centered on the frequencies of a vocal, so that's why it works so well. You'll see it's a very simple plugin to use. It's got threshold, it's got range, and that's about it. 2 separate things to use. All right, the next plugin that I use is something called Sibilance. And this is a newer plugin from Waves. It's pretty great. It's basically getting rid of sibilance stuff, and it's a de-esser, but it's a really smart de-esser. So let's listen to her vocal. I'm going to take this to a different spot, like somewhere around here or so, and open this up so you can hear a little bit more of her S's and that kind of stuff as an example. Let's see. Let's do that and do this and go back to this, and let's listen to her vocal soloed. I'm going to put this plugin in, and let's see what it does. So let's insert it and listen. Okay, so that's with that plugin in. It's kind of helping with all of her S's. You can kind of see from the top of the plugin that it's doing a bunch of stuff there. I'm going to pop it in and out and see what you think. So here you go. That's in, that's out. That's out. In. Cool. And what you can do with this plugin, it's really great. It's like, it's not destructive like some de-essers are. You know what I mean? Some de-essers really just crush the S part of a vocal, and I don't like that too much. This is really super smart. What's great about it too is you can use this monitor function right here and hear just the S part of it. Check this out. So that helps you to figure out what S's and how much of a threshold to use, and detection. It helps you in adjusting that plugin. You can make the threshold, see how the threshold can be different settings. So mess around with that and that monitor and you'll check it out. So that's Sibilance. And finally in my chain is the Shep's Omnichannel. If you haven't checked this plugin out, you really need to. It's pretty amazing. It's a bunch of different things all in one plugin. Okay, so let's start from the right-hand side over. So let's see. Let's put it in. I'm using a little bit of EQ going on there. And there's a little bit of compression. So there's an EQ chain, and then there's a compression chain. And then I'm also using, in his plugin, there is a little bit of a de-esser-ish kind of thing, or it's compression that you can center and on certain frequencies and have threshold of. So you'll notice here I have a little bit at 7K. That's doing a little more compression. So I think the Sibilance was set just a little bit lower in frequency, and this is set a little bit higher at 7K. And then also at the bottom at 100 hertz, 107, I'm doing a little bit of compression there. All right, and then finally, the first part of this plugin is the saturation part, okay? Now remember in the beginning of this video, I told you that we were going to talk a little bit about harmonic distortion. That's one of the greatest things about this particular plugin is it allows you to add harmonic distortion on the front end part of it and kind of emulate a mic pre. Harmonic distortion is pleasing to the human ear, and Waves has figured out a way to write the code to kind of emulate harmonic distortion, and they've done a great job at it. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. the real success of Waves plugins are that every single one of their plugins on the front end part of their plugin is 20 or 30% total harmonic distortion. So if you ever feel like experimenting, take any Waves plugin, put it on an insert, pop it in and pop it out, but have none of the controls doing anything. So no threshold, no boost or gain, no compression, etc., nothing. Have none of the controls doing anything, and put it in and put it out, and you will notice a difference. So just adding a Waves plugin to any chain without doing anything adds that 20% or 30% of total harmonic distortion and makes it sound better right away. So just adding a Waves plugin there makes it sound amazing already. Now, what's great about this particular plugin is that you can mess around with the front end part of it and the saturation to emulate kind of an old school mic pre. So let's listen to that same section again, and I'm going to pop this in and out. Now, you're going to notice some pretty drastic changes just because there's gain. You know, there's 4 slots of this. Oh, also, you can add another plugin into the end of this. Any Waves plugin can be part of this plugin. So you can have 5 things. You can see, you know, the saturation, the frequency-dependent compression, regular compression, EQ, and then gating, and then also limiting on the outside. So it's really a multifunctional thing. So anyway, let's pop this in and out, and I'll show you kind of what I've done with it. Here's her vocal again. That's out. In. So you get the idea, right? There's a fair amount of EQ going on in there, you know, kind of boosting in the higher frequencies to give that sparkly bits. You know, I think it significantly improves the vocal. So that's the vocal chain that I used for her. What I'd like to do now is talk a little bit more about harmonic distortion. Let's have a listen to kind of the same section with the whole band. I'm going to go to another section here. With the whole band, and what I want to show you is something called Saphira. Saphira is another harmonic distortion plugin that Waves makes, and it is amazing. You need to check it out, all right? It allows you to adjust odd harmonics and even harmonics, and it allows you to decide how much of those that you want, and thereby creating a really kind of either a warmer thing or an edgier thing. But it's amazing what it does to a mix. Every once in a while, I use this on a mix. I'll even use it live sometimes, and use it subtly. I've set it up here to where it's a little bit over the top so that you guys can really hear the difference. When I do live stuff, I generally set it up just a little bit more subtly. But what it does is it creates this kind of depth that happens that's pretty amazing. So let me play you the section without it, and then I'll put it in and we'll check it out. So here's the whole band. All right, let's play that same section. I'll play that same section, and I'm going to pop it in and out. You'll see the in button on the Saphira pop in and out. So listen to that. It's subtle, but it's pretty cool. Check it out, all right? Cool. You hear what it does? It's pretty amazing stuff, man. You know, just adding some harmonic distortion to your overall mix, or even using it just in buses of certain things, will create more depth in your mix and create a more analog kind of thing. And it's just amazing. You guys should check it out. Anyway, that's Saphira. So that's harmonic distortion. That's my vocal chain for this band. You know, I use C6 a lot for vocals. You know, maybe in another video I'll kind of share with you. You know, there was somebody asking me about Bruce Dickinson's vocals, so maybe I'll bring that up on the next one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go to all my social media. Let's see, the YouTube channel is Pooch Sound Engineer. The Instagram is FOH_engineer_Pooch. And my Facebook is FOH Engineer Pooch. Please go there. Please like. Please follow. And I'll keep doing this. All right? Cool. Thanks, guys.